はい、5月の11日です。ここに、今年は12本の予定です。今日まずは半分6本持ってきました。これから話します。はい、10月まで、しっかりここで飼育しますので、きっと大きくなるで綺麗になって上がってくるでしょう。よいしょ。
The perfect Kohaku koi has a solid white body with red markings which could either be red with purple tint or orange-red in color. Orange-red markings have crisp outlines, making Kohaku with these markings show quality. However, this color is harder to maintain as opposed to the other variant. But the question is, why Japanese like red and white combination? The meaning of colors differs from country to country. For example, we Japanese associate yellow with happiness, vigor, and delight, but the color symbolizes deceit and cowardice in some countries. Accordingly, each country respectively has its favorite combinations of colors. As for Japanese, they like to use red and white together and call the combination Kohaku, also spelled as Kohaku. One theory holds that Kohaku represents the person's lifetime, since red can mean birth and white can stand for death in Japan. Now, Japanese people generally consider the color combination a lucky charm, and thus, we have the custom of preparing it on auspicious occasions. Today I've decided to show you all about the incredible Kohaku koi fish, and for good reason. This variety of koi might as well be one of the most popular varieties. In fact, even non-koi enthusiasts are usually familiar with this variety. To understand the charm of this breed, here's what you need to know all about the incredible Kohaku koi fish, the king of koi. One of the first things you'll learn when researching all about the incredible Kohaku koi fish is that it's often hailed as the king of koi. Some would even say that the koi hobby begins and ends with the Kohaku koi. But what really makes this breed special? I'm glad you asked. For one, the Kohaku koi was the first koi variety to have been developed with two colors, making it one of the first ornamental carp varieties. Believed to date as far back as the 1880s, the Kohaku koi have had a long time to captivate koi breeders with its simple beauty. All Kohaku koi varieties that exist at present are derived from the Gosuke bloodline, which is now extinct. Aside from being one of the earliest Kohaku koi breeds, another reason for this breed's popularity is its elegant simplicity. Regardless of the color of the markings, more markings definitely make a Kohaku koi stand out more. Kohakus with lots of markings at the top of its body are usually preferred, especially if the Kohakus are to be placed in a pond, since it's the only visible part of the Kohakus when they're underwater. Stray white scales in the middle of the red markings are considered faults in competitions, but casual koi hobbyists may have less stringent standards. Because of the simplicity of the Kohaku koi, symmetry is easily appreciated on this breed. The markings on both sides of the Kohaku koi's body need not be perfectly balanced, but they must at least be symmetrical. This symmetry makes this breed look elegant and almost regal. Kohaku translates most cleanly to amber in Japanese. Ko words translates to red, while haku translates to white, which makes sense given that Kohaku koi have white skin with red markings. Their popularity in Japan stems also from their resemblance to the Japanese flag, a large red circle on a white background. It's theorized that the first koi to possess any red coloring was an accidental gene mutation. Similar to black panthers, these are actually leopards or jaguars when melanism occurs in both, with a gene mutation that gave them very dark pigmentation. This attractive mutation, which would have quite possibly been extinguished in nature due to drawing increased interest from predators than their more drably colored carp brethren, was keenly latched onto by people, and selective breeding for white-red koi began in 1888. Kohaku koi are more obviously sensitive to water quality parameters. We say obviously because you will be able to visually tell by looking at your Kohaku if your parameters are off. For example, a diet too high in color enhancers, like spirulina, will cause the white portions of the fish to take on more of a yellow tint. It can also cause off-color spotting in the red areas. Water that is too hard or has a high pH can lead to the development of black specks on Kohaku, while soft water lends to increased he or their red. A study conducted to assess the differing water quality needs of different types of koi found that Kohaku do indeed require slightly altered conditions than do other varieties. Kohaku needs are best met when water temperature is between 25 to 28 degrees Celsius or 77 to 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit, pH is between 7.5 and 8.5. Dissolved oxygen is above 7 parts per million or 7 ppm, salinity is kept very low between 0.05 to 0.15 parts per trillion or per ppt, and 75 to 100 ppm of total dissolved solids or the TTDS, such as metals, minerals, salts, and sulfates. If coloration is of great importance to you, the sex of the Kohaku should be considered. Simply due to hormones, male Kohaku tend to develop their red coloration earlier in development, but it will also fade more quickly as they age. Females, however, usually take longer to fully acquire their redness, but will maintain it more consistently later in life. To help develop and maintain healthy coloration, Kohaku koi are often fed diets with color enhancers, such as those containing spirulina or krill, as well as those with ample more than 30% protein to aid in proper growth. These are of lesser importance if you don't wish to show your fish at shows. Otherwise, though, the dietary needs of Kohaku are much the same as most other koi. Most pond-quality koi run somewhere between $10 and $100 or about 7 to 76 pounds. Kohaku koi tend to be more expensive due to the selective and careful breeding needed to obtain distinct varieties. Depending on where you get them, and whether or not bloodline, or show quality, is of concern to you, Kohaku can be as little as $15 or £11 and 40 pence or several $1,000s or pounds. Straight he Kohaku tend to be on the cheaper end, while Kohaku with more distinct patterns such as Ginran, Tancho, and Hanatsuke are more expensive, as breeding to select for those traits is often more difficult. You can expect to spend an average of a couple of $100s or pounds for most Kohaku, particularly if you want to start off with a larger fish. Saving money is always nice, but consider that oftentimes very cheap koi regardless of the variety, may have originated from mass fish farms and could have health issues. Certainly do your own research, though, to find what works best for you in terms of variety and price. Kohaku can be purchased from some physical stores, but are most easily obtained via online outlets. Be sure to do plenty of research on each company, though, to ensure ethical treatment of the fish and safe shipping standards. The Kohaku koi may not be as eye-catching as other koi breeds in terms of markings and coloration, but it still remains a favorite among koi breeders and enthusiasts. Its simple solid white body is actually the perfect canvas for its red markings, giving the markings a more vibrant appearance. Seeing Kohaku koi fishes swim together in a pond is almost like watching splashes of color dance in the water. Trust me, this breed might be simple, but it is indeed breathtaking.